Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, Unit Z, and today we're going to talk about the most recent chapter, which is Riazo, or that's what these scans are called. Bite me. I read scans. Anyway, so this chapter starts off with Luffy versus Kaido. Pretty basic stuff. Nothing too crazy. I will say it's a little bit better, I would say, than, previously. Last chapter I think was a little too jokey, but to be fair, I will give valid points, even though I'm not the biggest supporter of how Gear 5 has been handled right now. People have brought up that there are comedy sections in the past, like Nightmare Luffy, Water Luffy, other fights, and I do understand that. This was definitely a step up, in my opinion, but it's still made it's hard to describe. It's basically made the same, but I like it better. If that makes sense, like it's more suited to my tastes. If I guess if that's the best way to say it, which probably won't affect the score too much, but I'll try not to. Kaido talks to Luffy. He actually does that Looney Tunes, extend your legs thing, which is something I actually really like because personally, I've always wondered, like, could Luffy literally just, like, because it seems like he's always using momentum to move his limbs. So I've always wondered, like him throwing a punch and then the punch extends because the force behind it pulls it forward. So I always wondered if he can just, like, extend it almost like Mr. Fantastic or something along those lines. So yeah, happy to see that. Then, Chopper jumps to Nami like a little baby. It's pretty cute. And then we basically get a lot of panels of everyone being nuts. We see Frankie just doing his shtick. We basically catch up on the whole crew. Frankie's carrying Zoro. Sanji is up, so at least we know one. At least we know half a wing still works. Half of the wings work. Jinbei actually meets up with Riazo, which is pretty weird. I never really expected Jinbei and Riazo to have a moment together. But yeah, so what does he do? He summons the rain from Zoe, which is just really, really dope, and uses it to put out the fire. And I was really happy about this. Granted, uh, I kind of wish it was maybe foreshadowed a little bit, because it was foreshadowed as far as character goes, but not really in events. So it's like, oh wow, isn't it convenient that Rizo just happened to have this giant lump of water scroll put in a scroll? And it makes sense. And I definitely had this, oh, that makes a lot of sense in retrospective, but not as in, oh my god, Oda foreshadowed this. Like, obviously, we were all thinking that Rizo could summon water, but uh, it's hard. Once again, it's hard to describe. That's what this chapter is, man. It's hard to describe. Like, it was good, but I don't really know how to pin down my opinion on Rizo using water. Like, it's cool, but maybe if, like, Rizo, like, for example, set on Zoe. I know I'm being a little bit greedy, but this is Oda, so people claim he foreshadowed, like, Luffy's awakening back in chapter 1, which he might have, but he might have not. Anywho, uh, so yeah, I think it would have been nice though if he said, like, "Oh yeah, I'm planning to get water on Zoe" or something like that. And then basically we get a so after we move on from that, we get Yamato telling Momo that he kind of needs to actually do his job and lift up Oginishima because it's about to fall. Now, personally, I think this is going to lead to the funniest joke ever. I think Raizo's water is going to put out Kaido's clouds, and Oginishima is going to drop. I think it's going to drop. And I really hope that, because I'm not going to lie, I know comedy is, I know from my demeanor, I don't love a good joke, but I would laugh out loud if that happened. That would be on the same level as Sanji versus Queen. But enough about me fantasizing. Let's uh let's get into chapter reviews. This was a solid chapter. I would argue better than the previous one. I think Oda is improving with Gear 5, so I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. But tell me what you guys think, because I really do want to know. And have a fantastic day.